Okay guys, here's our second video, and I promise this one is going to be short. This one is about variables. In the first video, the very first concept we talked about was data, and data was the numerical value with context. And those numerical values very often are referred to as variables. And random variables is very self-explanatory. It has to be very random. So when you throw, when you are gambling, when you throw a dice, and that die, whatever number that comes out, that is random, right? The whole gambling industry actually is very much based on statistics. We can do a lot of research and interesting projects about that, and it all has something to do with random variables. Now, there are two kinds of variables, quantitative variables and qualitative variables. Qualitative variables is also known as categorical variables. They're interchangeable. And again, it's very self-explanatory. Quantitative has something to do with numbers. So your the shoe size, body weight, height, the size of the clothing you wear, your grades, your GPAs, the amount of food that you eat, the number of electronics that you own, the number of video games that you play every day. Those are all quantitative variables because they are numbers. Qualitative variables, however, are quite different. There's no numbers attached to it, generally speaking. Your eye color, for example, that's a variable, right? There are differences there. Ethnicity is another one. Talking about TV shows, not in terms of the number of TV shows, but what category of TV show that you like to watch. Do you like to watch romance movies? Do you like to watch action movies? Those are qualitative variables. Now, let's go back to quantitative variable. There are, again, another two kinds of quantitative variables. One is called discrete, meaning whole numbers, and the other one is called continuous quantitative variables. Continuous, it just goes on your number line. It's not like whole numbers that jumps from 1 to 2. It skips 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.3.1, 1.3.2, so on and so forth. So discrete variables are like the grades. If you're graded from 0 to 100, it's very unlikely that you're going to be graded, you will receive a grade of 91.1, right? You're going to get 91, 92, 93. Those are discrete. Your shoe size, especially those shoe sizes with no half size, those are discrete. Continuous is like your GPAs. So all of your grades, you add it up together, you take an average, and that is continuous. It's not just one whole number. So that's the difference. There is one exception, zip code. Give yourself a minute and think about it. You can pause the video if you want. Is zip code quantitative or qualitative variables? They are qualitative because you can't take an average, right? Zip code gives you a area, a location of a residence. It doesn't, or of residences. It doesn't, an average of 08542.1 zip code doesn't mean anything, so it's not quantitative. The numbers on the jersey is the same thing. What's the average jersey? You can't do that. The average jersey number, it doesn't make any sense. So only those numbers that can be averaged, those are quantitative variables. Okay, so I promise this is a short video. I hope this helps you with your studies. Bye everybody.